want to talk to you today about the importance of when you actually delegate a task that you give a clear and concise brief. The more time and the more detail you can put into the brief, the better the outcome is going to be and the less frustration. One of the most frustrating parts for me is when I actually have little time and I want to get something done. So I rush off and I do a bit of a brief and I give it to somebody, and when the product comes back, it's not right. Who am I frustrated with really? I'm actually to blame. It's because my brief wasn't good enough. If I take my time and detail it out properly, then it happens a lot faster. Taking time to plan, if we take a lot longer to plan and give a good quality brief, the outcome result is a lot shorter. If we give a short time to give a brief and don't put the energy in, the amount of repetitive edits we need to do becomes a big frustration. And you know what? That frustration will quite often be you to your expert that's trying to do the job for you. So spend the maximum amount of time you can developing a good quality brief. Reason being, if you put garbage in, you'll get garbage out. And we want you to put quality in so we get super quality coming out. I want to actually let you think about this for a while. Think about when you go to a doctor. If you go to a doctor and you say to him or her, I've got a sore throat, and you don't tell them all the rest of the signs and symptoms, the doctor is not going to be able to treat you completely. And so, therefore, when they actually give you a treatment, it may or may not work. And you'll get frustrated with the doctor, say, gee whiz, I'm still sick and it takes a long time to get better. And that's all about the brief. If I actually give you the quality information, you'll get a quality response. One of the ways that we actually love to do it here at the Transformational Services is we use a product called Snagit. It's a video capture software where we can put the detail onto a computer screen and we can actually give some feedback. It might be a website we're doing or a video, and we actually play the video or we look at the website on the screen and we talk, and we can move the cursor across the screen and give very, very clear instructions on what we're after. It's really hard to say in paragraph 3, the fourth word across should be thee instead of thou, whatever it might be. So using some really good quality technology, very low cost, less than $60, and you've actually got a really good technology tool to be able to give good quality feedback and also briefs. You may actually want to use that and say, okay, here's a website that I really like. This is what I like about it, and you make a video of it and you give that off to your video, to your website designer, and they'll be able to actually copy that a lot clearer. When we're also giving a brief, there's one of the things that we get captured in a lot is what I like compared to what our customer likes. We call it the avatar. And we've always got to be thinking about who is our avatar, who is our client or our customer who's actually going to be reading or watching or whatever it may be of this product or service. So having a clear understanding that when you're giving a brief, it's always on the perspective of who is the target for that particular product or service you're trying to design is very, very clear and concise in the brief. And the last one is this. You need to trust whoever you're giving this brief to. At the Transformational Services, we have some world-class experts in areas of graphic design, web design, digital media, social media, a whole bunch of areas. These people are highly trained, highly effective. Trust them. If you give them the right brief, they'll come up with the right product back for you. Trust them, and it'll make a big difference. Give them the right brief, and they'll come back to you. They may come back with some suggestions. They've been highly trained to understand what colors, for instance, will work for different groups of people. A real simple one. If you're going for blokes, maybe blue. If you're going for women, it might be red or pink. That's some of the basic colors, but there are so many more, depending on the motion that you're going with, depending on what the feel is and your target market. Therefore, color will make a big difference. What words you choose, what sort of pictures you use, people's smiley faces or grumpy faces or whatever it might be. Let those experts that you're briefing give you some input. I don't know about you again. I get quite often passionate about what I want. And it's not until I listen to the experts that I actually see a major change. I've done a lot of video editing and a lot of different writing, but it's not until those experts make the changes and make suggestions and I listen that we actually get the best outcome. So they're my tips around how do you actually give a brief and how do you make sure you get the best productive time and the best outcome possible.